All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the show. Once again, another episode of ArmTalk. I'm your host, Jody Williams, here, and I got two guests. One will be joining us momentarily, but I got Candy Passmore. Candy, what is going on today?
What's going on, guys, girls, ladies, females, whoever?
Yeah. So this one, my whole goal with this is just try to help promote this round robin that Lorraine Jacobs has put together. And, for the most part, it was invitation only. And I want to get some of the ladies involved on the show so we can kind of get their perspectives. And as you know, yesterday I had Sarah McKinney, I had Annie on the show. So now I got you and Mirlene. And like I said, Mirlene will join us momentarily. So she's running a little bit late. But yeah. So tell me something. What's going on with you and your bad self?
Just working, being a mom, being a wife. That's about what I do.
So tell me something, because your experience with this round robin, first of all, before we talk about how you got involved, what do you think about the names? What do you think about all this?
I think it's a great opportunity for women. I really do. I personally have never pulled in a round robin before, so it's definitely going to be interesting. And people have their favorites; they can pick who they want to. But like you were saying, and like Sarah and Amy were saying last night, I mean, a round robin is totally different than a tournament. It's totally different than a super match. It's going to be about endurance. I mean, you got Lee Aaron, you have Mirlene, you have, all of them. But at the end of the day, I mean, you might have Bethany Ritchie or Scarlett or myself, depending on where we get stacked up, which, by the way, tomorrow night at 5:30 our time, Lorraine Jenkins is drawing names to find out who we go against first.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought I saw that. I thought that was probably one of the cooler things, And I'm like, yeah. That's how you promote a show right there, because that right there was pretty cool. Because what we don't know is the fact that, hey, you know what? Who you pull first. Because a lot of it depends on who you pull first, and then let the pieces fall where they may. So I do like that. And what sucks is that I'll be at work when all this goes down.
I will be at baseball practice. So, I mean, but it'll be good to know. I've already told Paul, I'm like, I'll probably get Lee Aaron first or Danielle, or, that's going to be my luck. Like, that's who I'm going to get first.
Right. So, question number one already. We'd love to hear Candy's opinion about the big match. And I believe yesterday we talked about it was
Levon and Devin.
No, it was a ladies match.
Oh, I thought he said about the big match.
Well, I mean, that too. And we talked about that, but I guess Elizabeth and USS Liberty were talking about another match regarding some of the ladies. And I forgot what it was, and I didn't highlight that. So when that does come up, I will highlight that and get your opinions. But since we're talking about the big match that everybody's talking about,
everybody.
Devin, what do you think? Who do you have and why?
Honestly, I love Devin. Like, I've always been a Devin fan. I just don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like,
right.
Like, you want to pull for Devin, but at the same time, like, the height difference, which I know that's really not even a focal point, because I mean, I've beaten 300-pound women before. Like, size is really not, important. But, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. We'll probably watch it, I'm sure, but I'm definitely interested. I think it's going to be an interesting match. I think it's going to go, I think it's going to be like a 45-minute match. Like, I really do. I think it's going to go like forever. I think Devin's going to bitch about his setup. He's going to whatever. I mean, it's going to go on and on and on. And we're going to be into it and wanting, a commercial break and whatever. And they're still going to be pulling. So.
And next thing you know, it's going to be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're like, all right, and nobody's won any match yet. So
Right.
I think it's going to be interesting.
So give everybody in the chat, some background, because you used to pull a lot, but then after, you took some time off because, again, you're a mom, and you're a wife, and, you got kids, in the sports, wrestling, football, what have you. And, you got to take some time off to make sure, that gets taken care of and stuff. But it's not like you're brand new to the sport. I mean, everybody out there, how long you've been pulling for, and how do you get back into something like this when you got the round robin? Because I know at one point you were training for the Peachtree. Was that like a marathon?
It's a 10K. So that was last year, and then it's coming back up again this year. So basically what it boils down to is, whether everybody knows it or not, my husband is Paul Passmore. Kind of made my own name, got out of his limelight, his shadow. But he always pulled in bars and stuff like that. Mine actually always used to arm wrestle just like at our house. Me and my twin sister would grip up with him, and I mean, just for fun. But Paul used to like arm wrestle in bars just for fun. And his cousin is Karen McPherson, who is married to Tim McPherson. And Tim actually got Paul back into arm wrestling like competitively. And so we actually showed up. Him and Daniel showed up at I don't even remember where it was now. And it was to raise money for cancer. And there were females arm wrestling. And so this has been 12 years ago.
Okay.
And Ron Bath was there. First time I ever met him ever. And now he's our coach. So showed up, and they were like, hey, we need another lady, all this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'll try it. Like Daniel, who is now 15, was 3. So he was little. So I pulled, and I had no clue what I was doing. I had never, nothing. And I beat everybody. And then I just started entering. When Paul would pull, I would enter. If there were females, then I would pull. So I never really took it seriously, but then I realized I kind of got this natural ability because I redo furniture and kitchen cabinets. So I've got the wrist control with the sander. And sprayer and lifting stuff and all that. So I was like, why not? So I've had some super matches. I've won. I've shocked people from winning super matches. I think after watching your show last night, you were asking if they were more of a tournament puller or a super match or whatever. I think I'm on the fence. I can get what Annie was saying about you really focus on that super match. So you just really digest on that, and you want to focus on that one match. But when it gets to female arm wrestling, especially down here, there might be me and one other person that just walked in off the street that decides to pull, or it might be me and 5 other women. I mean, you just don't ever know. So I don't ever train my mind for a tournament. But I do base everything on super matches. Hey, Lucky.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the show. I know we're supposed to get Mirlene on. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe she'll come in late, but you know what? We'll go ahead and throw Lucky in here, get some bonus action over here. So, again, before you came on, we were talking with Candy. She was talking about some of the bits and pieces of the show yesterday where I told Annie and Sarah, I said, hey, super match or tournament, which do you prefer and why? So now I'm going to ask you the question, Lucky. And you've been playing for how long again?
So my first tournament was in November of 2023.
Okay.
So not too long ago.
But congratulations on your performance at the Sit Down Nationals, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. So tournaments, go ahead and put the thumbs up.
It don't do it on mine. I don't know what.
Really, probably because you got an Android.
I know. I don't know why. I think that's super cool though.
Right. So Lucky. super match. Like I said, in a short career, you've done quite a few super match or tournament because you've done both.
Right.
Why do you like one or the other?
So I would definitely say like tournament is like I like being able to like go there and be like surprised and kind of like what Candy was saying, like just like you never know who's gonna show up. You never know who's gonna be there. The 2 super matches that I got to do, kind of back to back, which was a huge mistake. Nobody ever do that. Never do 2 super matches in 2 weeks. But we're just great. Like, one was a girl that like we had met online, we had talked, we had become really close, like just friends, and we're still friends to this day. And she's awesome. And Katie Marie, shout out to her. She was my very first one, and I really enjoyed super matching with her a lot. But I just think like I feel like the nerves of a super match are way more intense than the nerves of a tournament.
Yeah.
Right. The thing is though is that what Andy and Sarah were saying, super match, you can focus on and even I think it was Andy that was saying this. You focus on a super match with one person, then you can kind of get mind fucked. I know for me, I would sit there. Let's just say I have a match and it's like 4 or 5 months in the making, so I got nothing to do but to think about that person. And then for me, I'll have second guesses, third guesses. I'll be like, yeah, I can't wait. All of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, what if they do this? Then I got to go back to the drawing board, prepare for that. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I need to focus on doing what I need to do. Then it's like, but what if they counter that? So for me, it's a bunch of what ifs and things like that. And this is like, I need to just do what I do. And sometimes, I get caught doing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I want to pause on that for a second because the ladies got something special coming up pretty soon. Again, let us know this ladies super match card y'all got coming up later in the year, right? Yes. So tell me exactly who's on the card, when it's going to happen, and where it's going to happen. Because again, I think this might be the year where if everything plays right and if everybody's on the same page, this could be something monumental for all the ladies and stuff. And it starts with the May 17th event. But y'all got something planned down the road. Lucky, I'm going to give you the floor so you can take it away and explain to everybody what you got going on.
So this is kind of a new concept that we actually like. Jody was the one that actually brought it to our attention. And so shout out to him on, I think it was our very first podcast. And then we kind of just took it and ran with it. And so it is a virtual super match event. Right now we have 4, possibly 5 confirmed matches. We have 2 ladies out of Georgia. Scarlett and Lisa Ann are going head to head. Katie and Stephanie Spencer are going head to head. Sandy, she goes by Sandy Love on Facebook. She is actually a Nigerian polar, and she's also one of the only female refs in Nigeria. And so she's trying to pull together a match for herself as well. So we've actually gone international at this point. And so I know Leah's looking for a match. Brandy Bell has reached out about getting a match on the card as well. So we still have about 5 for the main card. I'm not turning any ladies away. If we end up having more people, those are going to be on the after card. The 2 twins that I met this weekend at the sit downs, 20 years old out of Virginia. One's been pulling for about 2 years, the other about a year. They were amazing. They came in second and third. They were they were strong. They were good. I'm hoping that I can blackmail them into doing a match because I think it'd be really fun to watch them pull and stuff. And their dad is also a puller, so I think that could be a lot of fun. Yeah. So,
now, where does that take place and when? Because I need to know what's really going on.
Gotcha. So it is. Oh, you're gonna make me a liar. It is October 5th on a Saturday, and it'll be streaming live on the Lucky Ones podcast.
Okay. And where's is this taking East Coast? Where we at?
So anywhere. So all the ladies are going to do it on location. So I'm going to send them the Zoom link, and then when it's their turn, they're going to log on to the Zoom link. I'm going to broadcast it.
Oh, wait. So they're going to be like in different spots?
Yeah. Kind of like how American Idol did during COVID. Like they all performed like on their decks or whatever. So I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
Now I got a question, and maybe this might be a little too soon, but the guys got their rankings, where your North America rankings, whether all kind of stuff. Uh-oh, look who's coming onto the show.
Yes. What'd you cook me for dinner? What you got me?
I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot. So just now was looking at
Turn your volume on.
interview candidates and saw Jody's text, and I was like, holy fuck, forgot.
Well, Mirlene, welcome to the show. We're just talking about the round robin, but I had to put that on pause for a second because we're also talking about what Lucky's putting together later in the year about the virtual super matches. And it's kind of cool concept because it's going to be matches throughout the country. Like, hey, we have a match in Virginia. Then we're going to go to Texas. Hey, then we're going to go to Ohio and all that kind of stuff. So just to kind of fill you in, how many matches do we have again, Lucky?
So 4 confirmed and 5, and the 5th one, she's just looking for her friend, for her opponent or enemy, whoever she decides.
Now, Mirlene, before you got on and we were talking with Candy and Lucky, we're talking about for you, right? Super matches, tournament, what style do you like or you prefer and why?
Tournament or super matches? Which style do I prefer? I don't know, because I'm always so busy. I just get excited to be able to do anything, to be honest. So for me, any match that I can get, that I can make it to, that's like a blessing to me, because I always have so much going on. But I do kind of like tournaments because you have more options, I guess. But then if you're pulling in a super match against someone you really want to pull against, that's kind of cool. But I don't know, I haven't had much super matches, to be honest. So
well, you had the knuckles up, and I'm sure at some point you'll get another call to get on there again. And you
they're phenomenal
because you are, out there. So it's like, okay, what promotion aside from knuckles up would you like to pull in again? And you got the, and I guess you could say the round robin is a tournament because you're not pulling the same person multiple times. But what other promotion? And this is for all you girls, actually. What other promotion would you like to partake in? And we'll start with Mirlene first.
So you start with who first?
You.
Oh. To be honest, I'd love to be on Knuckles Up again. Like, I have a really fond spot for them because I feel like they were the first people who kind of really took me seriously and invited me out and covered everything. So I'd love to be on there again. And when it comes to other promotions, I don't have a particular one that, I would say I want to be on this or on that. I would want to be on any promotion that respects me as an athlete and really values my participation. I don't have no set places that I want to aim for anymore because it's like I said, I really appreciate people that acknowledge the work that I put in. So I'm down for whatever that is.
100%.
Right.
What about you, Candy? Because you kind of been there and done that. You were in the limelight for a little bit, took some time off, and now you're coming back. So is there a certain promotion? I ain't talking about the PAF with Anthony Laterio. I ain't talking about that. But I'm talking about another promotion out there because when you left the sport, because you pull on a regular basis, and when you walked away and now you're coming back, there's a lot more organizations out there. So is there anyone particular you're looking forward to participate in or anything like that?
I walked away when Paul broke his arm. So, had to take care of him, which meant, I had to step away, which when Paul broke his arm, that's when I had my super match with Mirlene.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Yes.
Well, everybody thank Candy because Mirlene was out for 11 years till Candy called her out. So everyone that's mad that Mirlene's pulling, it's Candy's fault.
Yeah. Sorry, and sorry for me too. Anyway, so I literally had to step away. I hurt my shoulder, fell off a tube behind a boat. That was great. Yeah. Wish I had a better story. So I still have a torn rotator. The labrum always want to say labia, but apparently that's like in your thing down there.
Whoa.
So like that's not what's torn; it's the labrum. So I know, I do. I want to say like I do it all the time, and people look at me and they're like, "You have a torn what?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry, it's the other L one." So anyway, I still have all that, but I couldn't get cut wide open, all that. So I just kind of rehabbed it on my own. I still have issues with it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I literally, we both stepped back because, him with a broken arm, whatever, having to be a mom, all this stuff. I mean, have kids, they say. It'll be great, they say. So that's when I took off time. But I have been pulling. I didn't get to go to Alabama State this year because Henry had a baseball game, and so Paul went and he took Daniel, like divide and conquer. So I didn't get to go to that. So I'm still here. I'm still looked over. Still been pulling. But this is just great. I haven't met, I think I was counting last night. I don't think I've ever even met maybe 5 of the 12 in the 154.
Gotcha.
So that'll be good to meet them. I've never seen Court or Ursula. Never, didn't even know who they were, had no idea. But then the 155 plus, I know all them, because I've dropped 30, 40 pounds. So I'm 125 now. So I had to pull that class. And normally when you go to a tournament, it's literally open. So it's 0 to 500 pounds and you just pull whatever. And, there's no classes. So it's definitely, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited more so to hang out with all of y'all. I'm more excited about that.
There you go. Lucky, same thing to you. Is there a certain organization, because you're still new, climbing the ladder, breaking the glass, is there a certain promotion you want to be a part of, or how does that look for you?
Knuckles Up 10. Give me some years in the sport. Yeah, give me some time to get really just even used to my own personal pulling style, and but the purple, they had me sold on the purple. I'm the purple queen. And so, but honestly, I'm just like Mirlene said, whoever's gonna, admire or respect you as an athlete, who's gonna, who wants to invest in you, that's, who I want to, be able to show up and be my best self for. So,
yeah, I agree.
I think, there's some great promotions out there and there's some amazing promoters out there. And, I'm just honored to even just be in the sport.
Well, good. So again, for those of us joining us, we got Candy, we got Mirlene, we got Lucky, ArmTalk Southern Edition, because we got Georgia in the house, South Carolina, Virginia.
Thank you. Virginia is in the South. Thank you very much.
We got ArmTalk Southern Edition, all right? So, May 17th.
Jody, say y'all.
Y'all.
No, Say, we've got Southern girls in the house, y'all.
New York Southern girls. All right.
Yes.
So it's y'all and you guys's.
Yeah.
There's no Pacific Northwest accent. That's where I'm from. So it don't work like that. But I will say this, though. May 17th is going to be an awesome weekend for both classes, right? So I'm going to ask y'all a question. Okay. What are y'all expecting out of this tournament? Is it the fact that I get to rub elbows with the best? Is it the fact that, you know what? I'm going to see if I can ruin someone's weekend. Is it the fact that, you know what? Because there's some naysayers out there. I'm going to go ahead and prove them wrong, or whatever the case may be. So how does that look like for you? Lucky, you're the youngest group experience-wise on this show. You go ahead and take it away. What are you looking for in this event?
Just to see the people, like, you know, to be able to hang out in the same room with everybody that's going to be there is going to be just kind of mind-blowing. I feel like I'm going to go in and fangirl a little bit with everybody, because, you know, and then, you know, you might see, you know, 2 or 3 or even maybe 4 in one location in a tournament, but, you know, you're not going to see all 23 in one spot like this again. You know, for a while and then, or maybe never. And so, you know, I think for me, just getting out of it is, you know, I want to show up. I'm going to do my best. You know, I kind of had the blessing of being able to be in a round robin before with the guys. I, you know, left hand, I did better than right hand. But I think that it's going to be it's going to be a really cool experience. And I think that I'm going to learn a lot about myself as a puller, and that I can, you know, take away from and look at the matches and say, okay, this is what I want to perfect. This is what I need to work on. And I know that everybody there is going to just be professional and supportive. And we're just, you know, even if we're being competitive, we can still, you know, be appreciative of the event.
Cool. Mirlene, what are you expecting out of this? Because, you know, do you feel like there's a target on your back as you know, we get closer to this event?
Yes, I always feel like there's a target on my back because, you know, I always feel like no matter how many tournaments I win, it's just like, yeah, she won, but it's speed, it's this, it's that. But if I lose a match, then it's, oh my God, Mirlene won and I beat Mirlene and all this stuff. So I'm used to that. But the thing is about this sport that I'm in it for myself. It's my happy place. It's the one thing that I have for myself. For women, some women it's purses, some women it's heels. For me, it's arm wrestling. So it's an opportunity for me to push myself to do things that I've never done. Like every time that I win a match and people see me like all freaking excited and they're just like, oh, she's humble. No, I'm legit surprised and excited because I don't expect it. With, you know, I trained a little bit that I can, but with running a restaurant, running a business, being a mom, like it's a wonder to me if I'm able to push through and win anything. So I'm expecting that I'm going to go over there and give my best. I'm finally going to get a chance to try other things versus flashing. Might even try some hook action and some stuff that I've been training on for months whenever I do randomly get to a practice. So I'm just excited about all of us being in one spot. Again, another test for me, like this year, starting with Knuckles Up and going on, it has been a lot of firsts for me. You know, first time being on a televised thing, first time being in a round robin, first time being able to pull all these women. So I'm just all for the experience. I'm just excited about it.
Now, before I ask Candy the same question, you're in a unique situation because you have a choice. Because you can go ahead and be like, yeah, I'm pulling the 154. And that brings ladies like, you know, Candy. That brings ladies like, where Candy go? She'll climb in. Lee Aaron, right? You got Sarah. So there's ladies like that. However, you are good enough to where, you know what? I might try my hand in the next class up. You know, because then it offers a whole lot of. There's Sarah Bachman. There's Angie Rose. There's Jocelyn from Canada. So you're in a situation where it's kind of going, I have a choice to make. Now, with that being said, you know, Candy, make sure people don't be calling you while we're on the show.
Nobody called. We have Spectrum, and we have had an outage off and on. Like, so literally, I just got kicked off for no reason. So here I am.
Mirlene, you are in a unique situation. So, Mirlene, tell everybody, is it a secret? Do you know which way you're going? Like, maybe this class, maybe that class. Because before you girls got on, Candy and I were talking. If you guys hadn't seen the post, Lorraine Jenkins, the guy put his whole thing on, said, hey, Tuesday, 5:30 East Coast time, that's y'all's time, that they're going to have a live drawing about who their first round opponent is. So where are you sitting all this, Mirlene?
It was kind of hard because they put the 155 plus on Friday. So it's I don't know, because we all know Mirlene wants to do both. We all know Mirlene wants to pull up. That's for sure. But I really do respect the women that are traveling out there for the 154s. You know what I mean? And it's not like they're weak women. It's not people to sleep on. Like, I know they're coming for me. I know they train every day. They don't got kids and they coming for me. But that's exciting for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Had it been the other way around, I probably would have still tried to do both, regardless of where I would have landed. But I don't know. I'm not. I can't see myself. Although Sarah's really fast, and she'd probably like end that quick for me, and take me out my misery real quick. I can't see that happening with everybody. I don't know like some of the women enough to know. So I'd probably have nothing by the time it came for the 154. So I am gonna have to just wait this one out. You know what I mean? Unless they have like another one like a month or 2-3 months later, because I'm trying to find a way to get to Arizona. But so
Hey,
if it happens in December or something, I'm definitely gonna hop in there. But that Arizona, I gotta find a way to get there after that round robin. So I'm gonna be pulling that 154.
Put me in your suitcase, girl. Put me in your suitcase. It'll be
I'm gonna try. I gotta find a way to like. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I've gotta find a way.
So now, Candy, the question is for you. What do you expect out of this whole thing come the weekend of May 17th?
I expect to be very sore and not able to move for like the following week. Hey, sorry, honey, I can't cook dinner. I can't vacuum. Like my arms are like detached right now.
No, y'all
honestly, yeah. Like, look, honestly, I don't think any of us really know what to expect. You know, I personally never been around robin. I think a lot of us have not. So it's really at the end of the day, no matter what you've won, who you've beaten, super match, tournament, whatever, it's going to be about endurance. It's going to be styles make matches. You know, like it's going to be entertaining. I'm more excited. Like, even if I wasn't a part of it, I was going to watch it. Like, I don't want to miss this. Like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And, you know, I've been on the table. I pulled, you know, several of the ladies in the 154. I've never been able to pull Lee Aaron. I haven't been able to meet up with Danielle before. Court, Ursula. Of course, Mirlene beat my ass, so got to kind of throw her out of that. But
why you say it like that?
Everyone has their day. You never know. I see them biceps, Candy.
Whatever. She made me look like I'd never pulled a day in my life. Like it was that bad.
Fixing those cabinets. She got all that strength and that mom strength. And she's gonna be like, I don't want to cook
that's my workout.
Ooh, just like I can just see it.
How do you work out? What's your workout regimen? I'm like, come live a day in my life. Like, why? I mean, literally, like lifting cabinet doors and sanding and whatever. Like, that's my workout. That's what I get. I don't ever stop.
It's all hand.
And then my 15-year-old wants to. No, it's so. Orbital sander, you go like this, and then you know your movement with the spraying back and forth, and then you do grip with holding shelves. Like I can do 6 pinch grips with 6 shelves. I can pinch grip and pull up 6 shelves at the same time.
Oh, y'all in trouble then. But hey, ladies, we have a question, and it's from Jocelyn. All right, she says, who is the one person you hope to get last? And she's just curious because what's going to happen come Tuesday, tomorrow, is that there's going to be a live like, hey, you're going to pull this person first round. And after that, everything falls where it falls. Now, who would be the one person you want to have to get last? Because, and we'll use, let's just say, Lucky, I'm going to use you as an example. You ready for this?
Sure.
Okay. You're going to be in that class where there is Sarah Bachman, there is Jocelyn, there is, Angie Rose. Let's just say they just going at it, right? And they're in a grinder. and you got one of them left, you're like going, now I'm looking at my chops going, yeah, wear each other out. Because this might be my opportunity where I can go ahead and sneak in a win. Or what if you might be able to slow down Jolene Anderson out of Utah? This again, where in a round robin, anything can happen. And I mean anything, Right. What if, Josh in some way, somehow upsets and gets a pin on Angie Rose or Sarah Backman, right? What if Mirlene gets a flash pin on Le'Aaron Wilson? I mean, the list goes on and on. So, girls, Jocelyn's question it is, who would you like to know? What person would you like last? Lucky, take it away.
Oh, man. I don't even know. I think.
Okay,
so I will say that, right? I know the Jeopardy music is playing as Lucky thinks. One thing that I will say that I'm the very first female that I ever got to grip up with was actually back in September, and it was Angie Rose. And she was the very first person the very first lady that I was able to get on a table with, and she gave me some pointers, and we just practice pulled at Pull of the Mountains in Dawsonville, Georgia. And it was like, that was such a moment for me. And so if I could finish out the round robin with her, I think that would be the coming of the full circle is right. What I'm going to say. Not even because I think she's going to be worn out and tired. And I don't think that I would even be able to take her then. But for me, I mean, just to finish on that high note to grip up with her would be awesome.
Nice. Candy, you're up. Who would be the one person you would like to have last in your class?
Hold on. I got to figure out the camera. Her, that one right there. Am I doing it? I'm trying to point at her. Wait, hold on. Right there.
What? What?
You. That's
what?
Right.
That's how it went last. I'm trying to figure out it's Brady Bunch or something where they're all stacked on top of each other or whatever.
Well, like
this. Be your own people, man.
If this works. She wants you.
Yeah, there you go. See,
your own people. I tell you what.
I'm so that's why I was never. I was never a cheerleader because I cannot jump and scream at the same time. So I'm I feel so backwards. But yeah, I want her last only because I don't know. I think honestly, it's a respect thing too. It's not that I don't respect the other pullers or anything like that. I just, at the end of the day, it's kind of like y'all were talking about on last night's podcast about laying down. Do you wear yourself out? If I get whoever or whatever first round, do I kill myself that first round? Or have I already went through the list and said, okay, if I get A, B, C, and D, which one am I going to lay down to or not try as bad? Or, because you don't want to wear yourself out. And right. I mean, my luck, it'll be Mirlene and then Danielle and then Le'Aaron and then I got them all back to back to back to back to back. And then I'm just going to be fuck me. I'm going home back to Georgia. Y'all have a nice day. This has been great. But you do. And it's just because you lay down per se, quote unquote, you're not really laying down. You just know when you grip up, and you got to go, you're either fuck me or okay, I'm gonna ride this like a bull or whatever. We're gonna try this thing. Or you're thinking, okay, there's no telling who I'm up with next. Okay, she's got my number. I'm not gonna, that's just how I'm thinking. That's how I'm going into it. I'm not gonna give up or lay down or whatever. But part of being in the sport for as long as I have been and whatever, it's not a tournament. So, a super match, if it's best 3 out of 5 or whatever.
Right.
First thing, if that's the first time you ever gripped up with a person, you're Okay, she got me. She got me that one. But now I know what to do. So you can go back at it. It's not going to be the case in the round robin.
No.
So you got to kind of, I don't know. I think everybody is going to be about themselves. I mean, honestly, I think that's what a round robin is. You're going to be about yourself. Of course, we're all going to cheer on each other because we're females and that's what we do. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be about yourself and who gets matched up with who first. And, you know, I mean, that's really all it boils down to.
Yeah. Mirlene, you're up. Who is the one person you want last in this whole round robin?
Somebody that I'm able to beat. Whoever it is, if by the time I reach the end of that round robin, because unfortunately I'm not thinking strategy. I'm just thinking of pulling and surviving and making it to the very end, not looking like a wimp. So that's just the plan. Whoever the universe decides, you know, I'm just going out there to do my best and see where it goes. Because I've never been able to travel to Worlds. I've never had sponsorships. I never had any of that stuff. So this is like, I feel like a chance to really feel how it would be like when you're going overseas or you're going to tournaments and championships. You don't have like 4 people. You have like, if you're lucky, 12 women, you know? So this is like my first chance to see how that would be. And I wouldn't be like trying to strategize. I'd be trying to win every match. So I'm just gonna give it my all. Let the universe decide who that last person is, or the first, or the middle.
Everybody be burnt to a crisp anyway, so it's all good. So next topic: how do we? Because I like this new. I shouldn't say new, but every so often in this sport, you know. And Mirlene, you've been there a long time, you know. Every so often we get this big influx of arm wrestlers, men and women, right? And maybe a TV show, Game of Arms. It may be an event, and it sparks everything up. And I know we got a lot more ladies coming in this sport now than we did 10 years ago, right? So what do you think it's going to take? And maybe this might be the event that kickstarts everything, you know? Then you got Lucky's event, the virtual super match all across the nation, across, you know, 9 continents, wherever the fuck it is, right? So what's it going to take, do you think, to make sure we all get on the same page and go, hey, we got something special here, but we got to make sure we capitalize on that. Mirlene, what do you think that's going to take?
Support. Each one teach one. It's like that in every sport, every aspect. Like like we have to, like, just I feel like the Swedes are a great example. You know what I mean? They go at it. They don't play, okay? But guess what? If you see them, you think it's like a bunch of models headed to the beach besties. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's hating on each other. They're all supporting each other, win or loss. And I think that's what it takes, us supporting each other, us appearing when we can to support each other, us making that effort. If somebody's losing, not tearing them down, but like encouraging them to try again or to give it their best shot, you know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, tough love. Like, you don't gotta like put them down and be like, hey, I could do, how about we do this? Like, set terms and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna take more support, more of support, and more of us taking this seriously. Like, I'm in this sport still forever. Like I said, it's my happy place, but it's not because of ego. It's not because I just want people to see me and know me. It's because I really care about this sport. I want it to be a real thing. And I want us to, like, I want somebody over there to be like, oh, snap, the Americans are coming to Uzbekistan tournament. And then everyone's like, oh, we got to go there. The same way we are right now with the Swedes on June 1st. Like, I want us to be taken seriously. And I feel like that would start with everyone taking each other seriously. And taking each other seriously doesn't just mean like beefing or whatever is going on. I think it means like support in terms of, you know, making it there. If we're committing to something, actually staying committed to it the best we can, and always putting our best foot forward, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Another question in chat for all you ladies. Here it is. Andre says, do you think ladies arm wrestling needs more personality or characters in arm wrestling. Sometimes you need to talk smack to hype up an event. Where do y'all ladies stand on that? Who wants to go first with that? Oh, shit. Wow, just the fact that I got
Oh man,
tells me
a
all I need to
character.
know.
We need more characters in arm wrestling. I mean,
Damn. Maybe
I will
try to say this nicely.
I'll start with this one. So I will say that for me in Virginia, there is not a lot of women who come out to Virginia specific tournaments. My first Virginia one, it was only me. My second Virginia one, there was 4 other women. In this last one, there was 5. And so we're slowly growing. We're slowly getting ladies out there. And I think what was nice about it, this last one, when we did the sit downs, was just everybody, like, we literally created a group chat like the day after the event, because all of us were just like so excited to just meet each other and be a part of to be a part of something. And I told them about the Virginia rankings, and we all decided to meet up together at a practice. And I feel like if I had shown up there being this big bad, mean girl, or whatever you want to call it, or character, or big personality of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wipe the floor with y'all, like that wouldn't have happened. That camaraderie wouldn't have happened. And like, I'm not the most intimidating person in the world, but at the same time, like, I like making friends, and I like being being there to support people. That's why I created the podcast, just to be able to support women in this. And I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to have like, this is what women need to do to grow the sport. I just wanted to give women a chance to voice what they think that they need to do. And if somebody comes on there and says, yes, we need personality, yes, we need characters, I'm not going to be like, no, shut it down, that's terrible. I'm going to let them have their opinion. But for me, I'm in it to grow and support other women, and to allow them to have to know that when we get rip up on the table, like, yeah, you might beat me, I might beat you, but at the end we're going to say, congratulations, good job, here's my number.
Candy, what do you think?
I don't know if you want me to say what I want to say. I mean,
hey, Candy, I'm telling you right now, this is rated R. Say what you think.
Okay, so I will say this. I feel like they're in the women's side.
Yeah.
You've got some that have their personalities, and it's not even really a personality. I think it's just certain things. We'll just put it that way. And then when you have the men, it's like a pissing contest between all of them. And some of them that are like 4'9" have to piss a little higher than the others. And I don't know, like the whole, and I know Paul's pulling Uncle John, and after that tack match and all that stuff, like that was, to me, I was like, what is even going on right now? Like, this is ridiculous. But at the same time, Andre, to answer your question, I think, honestly, we don't need to worry about our personality or characters. The fact that we are females and are arm wrestling, that's our personality and our character. We don't have to put on a show. We don't have to play favorites. We don't have to do anything. At the end of the day, you've got females wanting to arm wrestle, and that's our personality and that's our character.
There you go. Mirlene, the floor is yours. What do you think about that question?
I mean, I'm gonna just say it out loud. Like, all women are crazy, right? So, like, I'm definitely one of the crazy ones. If you see us being quiet, let us be quiet, because maybe there's a reason we try to be quiet, and we're not trying to murder people and drag them across the table. But anyway, because listen, really be calm for a reason. But my thing is, I don't think people should have to talk smack to hype up an event, right? I think if you can train enough and be badass enough, that hypes the event. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Gabby's going somewhere, does she have to trash talk anybody? Does Sarah has to trash talk any? Does Angie have to trash? No, because everyone knows they're coming through. They're badass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think like when it comes to personality, I think it's like definitely being yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Yep.
Mirlene gets excited when she wins a match. Mirlene is humble. Mirlene's whatever. But yet Mirlene over here at a tournament and see somebody disrespecting somebody else, Mirlene about to scrap and say, fuck the tournament. Like, there's a bunch of different things going on. So I don't think we need to be anything other than ourselves because we're women and that's crazy and enough on top of it. And God forbid if we're mothers, you don't know what you're coming across at that table because we might be thinking about, you know, what little Jimmy did at home and we about to take that anger out. Or the last time we was trying to sleep and they were like, make us this. And we're like, oh yeah, watch that next time I'm on that table. So we don't need to get any crazier or do any more personalities. But you know what? For anyone that wants to, by all means, if that's part of your personality, your character, do it. I'm not going to knock you. Everybody has to, do what they want. But I believe consistency, training, progression is what's going to hype up events. You know what I mean? And having matches where the people are close and it's not going to be something easy and not knowing which one is going to win. I feel like that hypes it up. You know what I mean?
I think
because really somebody could trash talk all you want, and then it's like if it's already on level 28, then it's like it has nowhere to go. But if it's like a momentum, like you don't know what's gonna happen, like this round robin, anything can happen. I feel like that hypes stuff up.
Right.
I don't need to talk to trash to nobody.
Well, here's the thing, and two things I want to touch on Andre's question, and for one, I'm not going to speak for you ladies. I'm not speaking for you. I think I understand where he's coming from, but you're also talking about ladies, and some ladies don't want to look at themselves in that manner because, like y'all said, you mothers, where you got to have your, you hold yourself accountable in a certain way because you guys are wives, you guys are mothers. So when you come off like that, we all know social media, can be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, depending on how you roll with that. And the last thing your sons, plural, need to see is some of y'all acting a fool like that because people talk, so I don't know if y'all really need to go that route.
Daniel will be making a TikTok. I'm just going to say, he'll be making a TikTok.
But I mean, and I understand. And he even said, hey, not so much smack talk, but just something that set you apart. But again, it all depends on who you are because, look at Gabby. She ain't got to do a whole lot. She sets apart from everybody else. Sarah, boom. It's the person itself, right? Look at Leanne, she'll go there and go toe to toe with one of the strongest people there, and she's going to give her all. And I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's like, do y'all really need to do all that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying tag match and all that bullshit, but do you really need to sit there and
Mirlene, you and me, tag match, let go.
That's it. It's over for you, Lucky. No, I see what Andre said. Andre did say things that set us apart, but I think pulling styles and stuff like that sets you apart. To be honest, like I don't know, Mirlene's a top roller. What happened when Mirlene's pulling? I mean, hooking now, or side pressuring. I think that's kind of exciting if I magically do that somehow. Magically, I don't know. Like I think styles kind of determine people and how they are when they pull. Like everyone knows Leanne is super fast, like super duper duper fast. That's something that I think everyone knows about her. Danielle, she's like a bodybuilder that arm wrestles. Ultra dangerous. That is the most dangerous of them all. Like, that's insane. So that sets her apart. You get what I'm saying? Candy, she's a legend that people sleep on a lot. Like, but she is literally not to be slept on. Like, I don't even play with Candy. Like Candy has never seen me slow pull her. Like, I don't got the time for that. I don't got no time for her to beat up on my arm. No. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take it a step further. Dead Banyan. Y'all know.
Oh my geez, yes.
Pull in heels and fuck people up in heels, and address and take women out. So I guess from that standpoint, y'all do stand out. You see Leanne.
I think we honestly, none of us have time to even think about smack talking. Like, we're making enough time just to arm wrestle. We ain't got time to deal with the smack talking, whatever. So, yeah, we're definitely set apart from the men. I think we all have our own style, our own personalities, but we don't have to like build it up or be commercialized or do these like, oh yeah, I'm coming at you, bro. I got you. Like we don't have to do all that. Like we speak on the table and that's it. Like we show what we are on the table.
And I'll take Elizabeth Mosaic, for example. I know she was watching, but and this is not a knock against her, but you see Elizabeth, what version are you going to get?
Her butt.
Hair is down and she has her hat on backwards. She's ready, like she's about to fuck somebody up. Or is it the one we saw in East or West where it's like, okay, now it's almost like she has designs or something like that. She'll have her hair pulled back, but she got like, a design where her hair is like looking nice because she's about to really get serious. That's a character in itself, right? So, I understand where Andre's coming from, but maybe you ladies hit it on the head. Leanne, she's going to have her hair braided and up because she's ready to throw down, You never know, but that's pretty much, how you do that. Scott says, I recognize the unique character and personality of each individual puller. And Scott knows he's from Utah.
Oh, we appreciate you, Scott.
Who's in Utah? Jolene Anderson. Quiet, but a world champion nonetheless. She will also be in that. I mean, you take Angie Rose. She looks like she's mad at the world.
I love her.
That's her game face. Ready, like, she looks like, okay, she's having a bad day. It's that I'm coming to kill all you motherfuckers. Look.
And she'll say it. She'll be like, oh, yeah, that fucking cunt, that bitch. The motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, that's love her. Love her.
So, again, this is where, we're going to see everything.
Yes.
And come May
Mommy is okay out here.
The weekend, and Lucky.
Jesus
I'm going to say
Christ.
this to you. Not to disrespect you, but I'm going to say this. Do not be a fangirl. Wait for that shit to be done. Then you can sit there, exchange, what's up, little? Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, I tried to come outside and I was found.
She wants her auntie
this
Candy.
This is what I live with.
She wants her auntie Candy.
Oh, yeah. You see Auntie Candy?
Look, hey, baby. Hey.
Sorry, guys. You see the mom there. I'm sorry, guys.
Mom, no.
Arm wrestle talk.
I'm surprised Henry's not in here dressed as Bucky right now. So, I mean, we're good.
Well, you see,
back to that topic at hand. Good job, baby. You got Luna. Good job. Bring her inside before she runs back up.
You're going to be surrounded, but just remember that, okay, I'm here for a reason too.
Right.
You want to show that, you know what? There's a reason why I'm in this round robin. And I'm going to show you a reason why I should be here.
Good job.
That's one thing you got to look at too, right? Yeah, you're going to be in there because you're still new to the sport, and you kind of going, man, all these people I've heard before, but I never get to finally meet. Save that till after the tournament.
That'll be May 18th. That'll be May 18th.
the weekend of, I'm just saying, but save that after the event's done. Then you can sit there, have a drink or whatever the case may be, and just sit there and just talk shop. And then y'all can probably plan up something where, hey, maybe something else down the road we can do. Or say, hey, you know what? How about you become a guest on my show? I have my show on Saturday nights, whatever the case may be, That's something. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but just something to look at,
Right.
We got one more question here, and I see where he was going. Andre says, non-arm wrestling fans are only going to get interested in the matches if they get to know you. You don't need to convince me. I'm already a fan. So I guess if you're trying to, and I know this question because it came to me before, and how do we get the non-arm wrestling fans into the sport? Well, I'm only going to speak on one thing, and I'm going to let you girls take over, and because this question was asked when I sat there and made a stink about the tag match, right? And I said my opinion. I got a little heat for it. I don't give a fuck, but this is where I stand by it. Because I said between Uncle John and Evan Burgoyne, they didn't need the tag match to sell them. Their characters sell themselves. But I'm going to say this. And I want everybody in the chat, Andre included, and I want you girls to hear me out. And I want your opinions because this is what I said. You know, now, arm gods. Evan Goring goes, hey, if we can get the non-arm wrestlers to check us out, it all depends on what group you're looking at. Ages 18 to 24 guys. Yeah, you're going, ooh, thumbtack match. They're bleeding everywhere. Cool. Now, that might be cool because you get them on board to say this is arm wrestling, sort of. However, if they sit there and say, hey, I'm going to look up some more arm wrestling and they don't see that kind of stuff, are those people staying? That's the question. So we got to be careful about how we promote this sport because I think why we're always behind, why sports like slap boxing, like I ain't going to let no grown man smack me and think it's okay. Do you know why their popularity? Because, yeah, the car wreck, but they try to be somebody they're not. UFC tries to be somebody they're not. WWE tries to be somebody, but they're not. We always try to be like this, that, and that, and that's why we always get stuck and watch other sports rise above us. We are what we are, and we need to embrace that. And I think a lot of that, you know, like to a certain degree, yeah. Do we want to be in the Olympics? I guess. But I'm going to tell you, a decade ago, we were fine where we're at. And I think some of the new people coming in, I'm not pointing fingers at nobody, but some of the new people see that and go, oh, we can do this. Stop. We're not that because now, look what happens now. Because after the tag match, do you know what they're doing now? A shock match where someone's getting fucking shocked. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Because at that point, it's not arm wrestling no more. And that could be a black eye for the sport. And I'm 14 years in this sport. And I'm like, are you serious? Right? So, again, that was my soapbox. There you go, chat. Feel free to answer. Girls, there you go. Mirlene, you're up first. What I just say, your opinion.
I kind of agree with what you're saying. And when it comes to just being ourselves, and I kind of see what Andre is saying, where he's just like, personality is what's going to bring people in the sport. But
Right.
for personality to bring people in the sport, we need more attendance. You know what I'm saying? And to get more attendance, we need more support from other women in the sport. You know, not like, oh, if you're new and if you come in, I'm gonna kick your ass. No, how about, yeah, just come and try it. Like, you know, it's fun. Try it out. And also, like, I don't know, like I feel like like more sponsorship. Like everyone wants to, let's say everyone wanted to know Mirlene personality. Mirlene done won a lot of matches. Mirlene was ranked at a point, but I wasn't able to find one sponsor. So it's like, you know, how much are we putting into the sport is how much we're gonna get out. So if you want to know ladies' personalities, then let's look at Tim bringing those ladies out. You think there's not going to be ladies in attendance? We're all like, oh my God, how are we getting there? Like it takes you putting in stuff to get stuff out. You get what I'm saying? And I do appreciate everyone that's highlighting the women and getting to the women because I feel like it's important. And I feel like other countries are big on it because they do that. It's not just mostly men, and let's see which women show up. They respect them equally. So I'm thinking, like I said, consistency, more sponsorship, more people making less excuses, more people giving it all they got, more people supporting and embracing others and encouraging to come in and encouraging people to take that step. Because let me tell you something, it takes that one win that makes you go, oh, okay, yeah, I like it. For me, it was my first tournament, my loss. I lost, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, I gotta take arm wrestling seriously because I never lose in anything. But
Right.
then, you know, I beat the person I lost to the next year. You know what I mean? But it takes, and even when I was beating the people that I was beating, because I was so young, like no one was still taking me seriously. But I had Michael Celieres, I had all those team members that was like, come to practice, make sure you're here, look at all these techniques, look at all these stuff. So that encouraged me to go. I went and I had a kid, and I moved down to South Carolina. I had a kid, and it took Candy saying, hey, I want to challenge you for me to go, oh man, I sure did miss it all the time. I'd be like, anybody got a team out here in South Carolina? Hearing nothing, but boom, I pull Candy, and then somebody's like, oh well, there's Team Palmetto with Adam, and he's by the honky tonk, and then boom, Merlene's in there full throttle. Like it takes people supporting people and putting into people for it to
Right.
grow. And I think the more people put in, the more you're gonna have a chance to see personalities. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The more respect and the more accolades are given to the people that deserve it is gonna be what brings people on, like the Olympics. You know what I mean? If the Olympics was you go to Olympics and then maybe this guy knows about it, but the other guy doesn't know about it, nobody's gonna freaking go. But when it's like, oh, I get to represent my country and everyone's gonna see it and everyone's gonna know it, even if I take bronze, it's like you took bronze. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal. So I think that's what it's gonna take to grow the sport. So it's a mixture of both. What you said, which I agree with 100%, with us being ourselves, because believe it or not, everyone's a character. Give them some time, give him the right situation, you're going to see the type of character people are, okay? Whether it's good or bad. And then I get what Andre's saying, where people need to see more personalities. And that takes attendance. That takes, they're not just being an open class. Or if there's an open class, it's a crazy open class. Like, oh snap, it's Mirlene and Angie. It's Candy and Sarah. It's really crazy women, like, or it's the same, it's Lucky and Candy. It all matters, and people not worrying about just winning, because when women are worrying about winning, they're just like, oh well, I'm like, I don't want to pull up. No, pull up, see where you're at. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Converse with her, train with her. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we get too caught up in what people think about us and trying to show that we're top dog, when trying to not be vulgar about this, especially
This
since
show
I'm
is
not a
rated R,
guy.
so it's all right.
Especially since I'm not a guy, but I'm gonna just put it this way. When you have a big one, you don't gotta brag about it. It's gonna show itself. So I feel like when you put the
In
work
gray
in,
sweatpants. Gray
and you
sweatpants.
put the work in, and what you would call it, you put the work in and you train and you try your best to make it to places, and then you have people that support you and the people that are hyping you up. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're saying some crazy stuff and you're like, well, I can never beat that person, but they're hyping you up, and brings personality, that brings hype. You know what I'm saying? When the person from the other person's camp is like, oh, they can beat that one, and people are betting and stuff, just like Super Bowl parties and all that stuff. Like, I think that's what's gonna bring people into the sport. Sorry, I
There
took
you
like
go.
20 years to say all that. next
Katie
next person,
Marie.
next person.
Katie Marie, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey!
I'm good. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got off work and I was like, I really hope I didn't miss this podcast because that's the one I was looking forward to.
Oh no, this is
I'm
ArmTalk
good.
Southern Edition. Sorry, Katie. Southern, y'all are welcome to hop on this podcast. There you go. So to me, and I'll let y'all girls speak on this too. As far as characters, and some of the guys are in there. The Drew 24, Russ Trader, Paul Stevens, Scott, my man. One thing you got to be wary of is that it's a double-edged sword when you talk about characters, because sometimes if you want to be characters, you're gonna have some duds in there, and I'll put their name out there because I don't give a fuck, right? This is my show. I will fucking say it because it's the truth. Ready for this? Okay.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get another sip of this coffee because I'm gonna tell you how
Oh
it is.
Lord. Oh
All right.
Jesus.
Y'all ready for this? Because I'm gonna tell you how it goes. Be careful what you wish for when it comes to characters. Because if you're not careful, you're going to get characters like fucking Eric Harlan. You're going to get characters like Nanya. You're going to get characters like David Kotlow. All right? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, those motherfuckers, probably not the best people for our sport. Now, I don't give a rat's ass who hears this shit. Matter of fact, when I get done, I'm going to post this on the goddamn Facebook, and they can see. If they want to
Spicy.
comment, they can go ahead and do that. But I'm telling you right now, when you got somebody like me in the sport for 14 years, and I got to sit there and watch this bullshit, if I want to go to the circus, I will go buy me a ticket, eat some caramel corn, and enjoy the show. Not watch this bullshit over here. That's what's killing our sport. So you got to be careful when you say shit about we need characters. There's a fine line, okay? Sorry, that was my soapbox.
Yeah, it's cool. Safe space, safe space.
Sorry about that. Woo!
Safe
I
space, safe
lost like
space.
the end of that. Unfortunately, I just got like the ass end of that.
Oh, sorry, I was rambling. My bad. Well, the question was, it was about characters. We need more characters in the sport to kind of help promote the sport. And it's a give and take, and it's more like I understand to a certain degree, but at what point do you draw the line? Because you let everybody in for characters, there's going to be some duds in there, and those three guys I just mentioned is exactly what I'm fucking talking about. They're all about the fucking sizzle, not the steak. I'll be damned. You know, you get all that going on. Because again, for the people that do put their blood, sweat, and tears in this sport, we got to sit there and watch that? Nah. No. My bad.
No, you
Take
good.
over that question? Who wants
It's
to answer
off topic, but
No,
I'm definitely gonna use that term at work tomorrow when they're not doing shit they're supposed to do. I'm gonna be like, listen, y'all about the sizzle, not the steak. Get your asses to work. I'm gonna tell them tomorrow. It's your fault, Jody, because I like that. I'm telling everybody tomorrow when I walk in that bitch. Y'all taking too long to cook this chicken. Y'all got sizzle without the steak. Just shut up and cook food. Watch.
Right. I'm just
I'm
telling it
stealing it.
like
I'm
it is.
stealing it.
So, yeah, my bad. I kind of rant and stuff, and I'm supposed to be the host, and I sat there and went off. So, my bad. Let me get
It's
myself
okay.
back in check.
Safe
no.
space.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I feel like, you know, off topic. I feel like I'm shaking and baking today. Like the shake is like a pollen coating. And then we got up to 85 today. Like I'm like literally dying. So I feel like, you know, we're shaking and baking in the South. But yeah, the whole especially when Harlan and whatever got on the rant about Justin Bear and his sobriety and all that, like that's just overstepping. That's just bad for the sport. The tack match was bad for the sport. Like I don't think us as females, like we have to have these like major personalities, like Mirlene said. I mean, we're there, and thankfully we're there. I think we all have our own personalities, but we don't need to do all this stupid, crazy shit to be known. Like in female arm wrestling, you're either a good arm wrestler, you don't have to shit talk, you don't have to nothing. Like your performance speaks for you, for your personality. We don't really have like these personalities unless you do, you know, videos of yourself like working out or whatever that gives you a personality. But like I barely got time to video my kids, let alone myself. So, you know.
There you go. So, yeah, what do you think, Katie? Do you think that the ladies need a personality to put more eyes on the sport? I mean, just your personal point of view.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care about the character stuff. I feel like just be your own person and all else will fall into play. But I mean, I don't really care either way. I just want people to be professional when they do come and pull. That's all I
Yes.
ask.
There you go. Lucky, what do you think?
Sorry.
I don't think I have anything profound to add. Honestly, I think I agree. I think that, you know, just getting people in, like kind of like to touch back on what Mirlene said, getting people into the sport is going to bring their people in, you know, like because they're going to want to support them. So I know like when I started arm wrestling, like so many of the people on my Facebook were like, that's a sport? What? And then since then they've gotten interested and they started watching my TikToks and they started, you know, following my friends that I pull against. And, you know, so I think that it's more important to get people into the sport and then have them be able to broadcast themselves. And then that's what's going to like spread it in a positive way, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and I like that, you know. People are going to be who they are, you know. Their personality will outshine because you don't want to get too much of a character because then if it looks fake, the whole world's going to see it's like, okay, this is not you. Now you're being fake. That's the last thing you want to do is somebody that you're not. You know what I mean? So again, I understand the question. Totally get that. Because we'll use Travis Bajan. He's a character. He's fucking funny. You know, if somebody tries to be like Travis, you might want to punch him in the mouth because, like, why are you being a dick? But because Travis, the way he is, his character, if I were to say, or some guy named Joe Schmo trying to do everything that Travis does, you might smack him in the head. But because Travis is funny like that, he can get away like that. Not everybody's going to be that kind of personality. Not everybody's going to be that character. You know, if just use the guys for example, is Dave Chappie a character? No, he's not. He's a quiet. He loves his family, loves his job, loves to compete. That is it. He doesn't have to be a character, right? Not everybody's a character. Not everybody.
Look at John. John's the GOAT. He's not a character.
No, John is just, some people think John is boring. That's his character. Alan Fisher. I'm gonna walk around with smelling salt and a chalk bag on my hip. I'm gonna shake the hell out of this table. That's who he is, though. Ragnar Bortolato. Banging tables and stuff. That's who he is. Not everybody can pull that off. So again, it's one of those. It's a tricky situation. And I'm not getting on Andre by all means. I understand completely where he's coming from. It's just sometimes that question can be like, all right, if you're going to be a character, let those characters rise above. Let everybody else. I guess what's the term? You do you. I guess that's kind of cliche.
And plus, like you said, we all have our personalities. Like you said, with Leanne, it might be the braids. With Liz, it might be her shorts. With me, I try to look as my ritual whenever I'm going into a tournament is try to look as plain as possible. Like I don't know. Like everyone has their own mannerisms and what they do for tournament day. Katie had that bomb Amazonian braid she had going on. I was like, yeah, damn, it's cool as hell. With the purple and all that shit. I was like, yeah, how she get who did that? I want that too. Everyone has their little touches and stuff that they do, and that kind of is what shows their personality. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, but again, I mean, we're at a point where it's like, you know what? We are who we are.
Yeah.
If you're a quiet person, you're a quiet person. If you're outgoing, you're outgoing. But again, when you get these yahoos in here that just act like a bunch of yahoos, then, okay, remember this. Do you want those people representing our sport that we take seriously and the sport that we love? Remember that. Because right now, those guys, those character-based guys are getting all the fucking clickbaits and all that shit. And everyone's thinking, oh, this is arm wrestling? So you take the good with the bad. There ain't no filter. For all the people that want to say, hey, check out the tag match, some people like it, others don't. When you got those three guys I just mentioned, okay, that is not arm wrestling. Not at all. But because we're in this little community, they represent us. Do I like it? No. Can I stop it? No. But I got to do what's best for me or whatever. That's all I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
Katie Hankins in the house. She says, hello, ladies. There you go.
Real slow, Katie. That's funny. Hey.
That was funny.
Hi there. Hey.
So, but anyway, yeah, I just thought, that was an interesting question. I want to get you the ladies' thoughts, but, because that question was asked to me a couple weeks ago and it's still fresh in my head, I thought I'd go ahead and share, So, but again, oh, Mr. Peanut has something to go. Just FYI, for the over-the-top WWE-style ladies arm wrestling events, there's Claw, 100% theatric arm wrestling events for charity, collective ladies, arm wrestlers, been around for years. Well, there you go. If that's what you do, that's cool too, So,
that's cool.
Right. But the thing that what Mr. Peanut just said, it is what it is. It's theatrics. All I'm saying is that don't try to promote something. Oh, it's arm wrestling. No, it's not. It's a fucking, are the pins real? Yes. Is the blood real? Yes. But at least Mr. Peanut said, hey, it's theatrics. So you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. That's all. I just think we kind of blur the lines a little bit. That's all I'm saying, you know. So anyway, ladies, we've been on for 1 hour. That was probably one of the quickest 1 hour and 19-minute shows ever. So
I know how to go find a charger. My phone's like 2%.
Oh, well, yeah. Feel free to go back and watch the show from the beginning. So, but what I want to say, ladies, I wish you all well. I'm excited for this. I'm going to make sure somebody tag me in that. The drawing for tomorrow. Somebody tag me that, so I'll be at work. I'll have to watch it when I get on break because I'm excited for this. I think it's a good gesture to sit there and go live and go, hey, Lucky, here's your first opponent. Voila. You know, I don't know if he's going to be drawing names out of a hat. I don't know if it's a ping pong ball. I don't know if he's doing a bingo thing or he's grabbing numbers or whatever. I'm not sure how that's going to go down, but I'm excited for it. And I'm glad all 5 of you ladies are going to be participating in that because it's going to be fun. And I think this might be right here the jumpstart to go, okay, we really want to get the ladies on. Let's do this. And when that weekend comes and goes, I'll be interested to see where we go from there. So, ladies, Katie Marie, Lucky, Candy, you know, hey, Mirlene, thank y'all for joining me on the show. I'm gonna let you ladies go. Enjoy the rest of your evening because it's like what 8:21 over there. So I'm gonna get a bite to eat for dinner before I head off to work. But hey, everybody in the chat, thanks for coming on the show. Ladies, love you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for all you do, Jody, to support us. We appreciate you.
Y'all.
Yes.
Later, guys.
Thanks,
Take care.